What are the steps of sentencing in a criminal trial? Imagine a courtroom filled with anticipation as the case reaches its final moments. The process of sentencing is a crucial phase where the court determines the appropriate punishment for the defendant based on the facts presented and the law. Understanding this sequence can clarify how justice is served after a conviction. Once a defendant has been found guilty or has pleaded guilty, the court moves into the sentencing phase. The judge typically begins by reviewing the pre-sentence report, which is prepared by a probation officer. This report includes background information about the defendant, such as criminal history, personal circumstances, and potential risk factors. It helps the judge understand the context of the crime and the defendant's background. Next, the court often allows for a sentencing hearing. During this hearing, both the prosecution and the defense have the opportunity to present arguments. The prosecution may recommend a specific sentence, emphasizing the severity of the crime and the need for justice. The defense might argue for leniency, citing mitigating factors such as remorse, cooperation, or lack of prior offenses. Victims or their families may also be given a chance to speak, sharing impact statements that express how the crime affected them. Following these presentations, the judge considers all the information available, including the pre-sentence report, legal guidelines, and arguments from both sides. Sentencing options can include imprisonment, probation, fines, community service, or a combination of these. The judge then announces the sentence, explaining the reasoning behind the decision to ensure transparency and fairness. In some cases, the court may have to determine the length of a prison term or the conditions of probation. If the sentence involves incarceration, the judge will specify the duration and any special conditions, such as mandatory counseling or restitution payments. The defendant is then formally sentenced, and the court records reflected the outcome. Throughout this process, the goal is to balance the principles of justice, deterrence, rehabilitation, and public safety. The steps of sentencing ensure that the punishment fits the crime while respecting the rights of the defendant.